NAFDAC alerts Nigerians as United States places sanitizers on watch list. On the foreign scene, Kenya's petitioned International Monetary Fund to stop loaning the country. And North Korea to skip Tokyo Olympics over COVID fears. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Adamu, has ordered the arrest and prosecution of perpetrators of Monday's attack on security operatives and formations in Imo. The Force Public Relations Officer, FPRO, Mr. Frankumba, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. Other facilities attacked were the police command headquarters in Imo and the headquarters of the Nigerian Correctional Services in the state. Adamu had directed the Commissioner of Police in Imo and the Police Special Investigation Team inaugurated to address cases of attacks on security formation operatives to carry out holistic investigations into the incident. He said the idea was to ensure the perpetrators of the act were fished out and brought to justice. Adamu said preliminary investigations into the attack revealed that the attackers came in their numbers with sophisticated weapons, general-purpose machine guns, submachine guns, and AK-49 rifles. He said the armory was intact, adding that the police did not suffer any human casualty apart from a police constable who sustained a minor bullet wound on his shoulder. The IG condemned the attack on the security outfits and had further directed the Commissioner of Police to harness the security reinforcement squads and other operational assets at his disposal to take the battle to the doorsteps of the attackers. Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma has condemned in strong terms the attack by gunmen at the police command headquarters and the Correctional Service Center in Owerri, describing it as barbaric. Governor Uzodinma expresses displeasure after the State Security Council meeting at the Government House, Owerri, where he assessed the level of damages. The governor, who had earlier visited the two facilities in the company of heads of security agencies in the state, said the attack was to instill fear and make the people more vulnerable. He said government has set up an inquiry panel into the incident with a view to finding out the circumstances surrounding the attack. He said the government and security agencies will definitely get to the root of the matter to fish out the perpetrators. The governor disclosed that more than 1,800 inmates were at the correctional service before they were freed by the gunmen, adding that some of them had started returning voluntarily while others had been rearrested.
I want to assure our people the intention is to put fear into our people and make them vulnerable. But I can assure you that government working with security agencies,
they cannot abandon their children like the government has done.
Yesterday, we received with a shock news of a press statement by the executive governor of Kaduna State through the Commissioner of Internal Security, Mr. Samuel Arwan, that anyone negotiating with bandits concerning our own children will be dealt with, or will be. So we decided to come today to discuss with the parent on the way out, because before now we held a meeting with them at the government house. They told us that they are not ready to negotiate with bandits, and if we now appeal to them that we are going to negotiate. They said if we are ready to, if we have the means, if we can negotiate, go and find, they won't stop us from negotiating. And then we are shocked to see this kind of press statement. We are not negotiating on their behalf, and we believe that we need government to assist us on this matter. If they are bringing such kind of statement, what is our hope? We are going to look for a way to negotiate the life of our children.
Actually, we were disturbed when we had that press release. Just as you said, it's not necessarily Afaka 39, but I don't think that statement should come out at the time it came out, because after the incident of Afaka, there are subsequent incidences.
Meanwhile, 5 of the 39 students abducted by bandits from the Federal College of Forestry, Mechanization, Afaka in Kaduna State have regained freedom. The Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs in the state, Samuel Aruwan, said in a statement that the 5 students returned yesterday and were taken to a military medical facility for examination. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, has appealed to the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, to consider the proposed industrial action by its members scheduled to begin today. NBA President Olumide Akpata, who made the appeal on behalf of the lawyers, described the decision of the judiciary workers to go on strike as commendable and laudable. He, however, decried its timing and the devastating consequences it would pose for justice administration in the country. Olumide decried that the strike was coming on the heels of prolonged lull in judicial activities as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and the enforced lockdowns. According to him, courts are trying to play catch-up for lost time, and it will be catastrophic for the administration of justice for the courts to be shut down again due to the strike by JUSUN. The senior lawyer also noted the adverse economic consequences of the strike for families and lawyers alike who earn a living by providing various support services to the court system. He stated that the NBA has reached out to JUSUN on the prospects of reconsidering the industrial action at this time. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has alerted Nigerians that the United States has placed all alcohol-based hand sanitizers manufactured in neighboring Mexico on its watch list. The information is contained in a public alert signed by NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye and signed in Abuja. The public alert stated the U.S. Food and Drug Agency, USFA, had placed all alcohol-based hand sanitizers from Mexico on a countrywide import alert to help stop product falsification. According to the alert, the products appear to be in violation of rules from entering the U.S. and that until the agency is able to review the product safely, they will be on the watch list. It also disclosed that substantial methanol exposure could result in nausea, vomiting, headache, blurred vision, permanent blindness, seizures, coma, permanent damage to the nervous system, or death. The alert said that all persons using this product on their hands were at risk of methanol poisoning. NAFDAC implored importers, distributors, retailers, and consumers to exercise caution and be vigilant to avoid the distribution, sale, and use of methanol alcohol-based hand sanitizers. It also warned those in possession of methanol alcohol-based hand sanitizers to discontinue the sale or use and to submit the stock to the nearest NAFDAC office. You're still listening to the 1 p.m. news on Splash 105.5 FM. Now turning to the foreign scene. Kenyans have begun signing an online petition asking the International Monetary Fund not to give the government any more loans citing corruption. Through the hashtag Stop Loaning Kenya, Kenyans have circulated the online petition link while also giving more reasons why no more lending should occur. The discussion started days after IMF approved a 257 billion Kenyan shillings loan for Kenya to aid in COVID-19 response. Kenya's public debt has grown by more than 1 trillion shillings in the last 1 year. Kenya's Treasury Secretary Ukur Yatani defended the loan, saying it was important for the recovery of the economy that was badly hit by COVID-19. Now, Singapore will from May accept visitors who use a mobile travel pass containing digital certificates for COVID-19 tests and vaccines. Its aviation regulator said, becoming one of the first countries to adopt the initiative. Singapore will accept the International Air Transport Association IATA mobile travel pass for pre-departure checks, where travelers can get clearance to fly to and enter Singapore by showing a smartphone application containing their data from accredited laboratories. The pass was successfully tested by Singapore Airlines. And more than 20 carriers, including Emirates, Qatar Airways and Malaysia Airlines, were also testing the pass. IATA Director General Willie Walsh said in a statement that the success of the joint efforts will make IATA's partnership with the government of Singapore a model for others to follow. Now, North Korea has announced it will not take part in the Tokyo Olympics this year, saying the decision is to protect its athletes from COVID-19. The decision puts an end to South Korea's hopes of using the Games to engage with the North amid stalled cross-border talks. In 2018, both sides entered a joint team at the Winter Olympics, which led to a series of historic summits. Pyongyang says it has no cases of the virus, but experts say this is unlikely. The announcement makes North Korea the first majority country to skip the delayed 2020 Games because of the pandemic, while the event is due to begin on 23rd July. Now, Wolves wing-back Johnny Otto is out for the rest of the season after injuring his ACL for the second time in 8 months. The injury happened in training on Sunday ahead of Wolves' Premier League match with West Ham on Monday night. It was the same knee he damaged last August in a Europa League match against Olympiacos. The 27-year-old Spain international returned from that injury in February and has played 7 times in the league this season. Just before we go, a recap of the headlines. Inspector General of Police has ordered arrest and prosecution of perpetrators of Imo attack. And NAFDAC has alerted Nigerians as United States place sanitizers on watch list. On the foreign scene, Kenya's petitioned International Monetary Fund to stop loaning the country. And in sports, North Korea to skip Tokyo Olympics over COVID fears. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now, you can download the Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World and Google Play Store to listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and also report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the integrity station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawowo, assisted by Abidemi Kajobola. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate.